What's the best way to study? Let's talk about evidence-based learning strategies. So the first couple strategies are about how you study. In retrieval practice, what we're doing is we're pulling information from our memory, and that dramatically strengthens that memory and the neural connections that get us there. And this active recall is much better than passive study techniques like rereading or passively watching a lecture. And there's a number of good ways to do retrieval practice. You can use things like flashcards, you can do tests or quizzes, or something that we like to call brain dumps, where you just try to write down everything you can think of about that subject. And you can also do kind of mind mapping with that, trying to connect all those topics together. A way to build on retrieval practice is what we call elaboration. And this is where we associate new information with what we already know. So as you're learning new facts, ask, how does this connect to something I already know? Or why is this the case? The next two techniques are about the timing of our studying. In spacing, we distribute the studying over time, which produces much stronger memories than if we would use the same amount of time all in chunked cramming. And this is because the brain naturally forgets things over time, and when they're brought back to memory, that really strengthens the neural pathways as well. The next technique is called interleaving, and this is putting different topics back to back, kind of within the same study period. And what this does is it forces your brain to discriminate between those different topics and really understand them deeply and in more nuance. And so it's much better than blocking your time to individual topics if you mix them together or interleave them. And finally, the last two techniques give recommendations about the context of the content. The first one is called dual coding. This is where we're using both words and images to represent ideas, which builds stronger memories. And so I've got some examples of things you could do there. And the last one is concrete examples. So rather than sticking to really abstract topics, making things more concrete or even better, like real life, can help our brain remember them much more deeply because they seem much more practical and usable. How might you use these techniques?